The unbelievable crimes of Chris Webber will honestly shock you to the core. This isn't just some regular drama. We're talking second-degree assault, resisting arrest, weed possession, driving high, and a whole bunch of traffic violations. And if you think that's the end of it, you're way off. His ties to the University of Michigan booster scandal take things to a whole new level. This story just keeps getting worse the deeper you go. Back in 2002, Webber got caught up in a huge legal situation tied to Ed Martin, a man who was both a known gambler and a big-time booster for the Michigan basketball program. Martin wasn't just some casual fan handing out autographs and pats on the back. He ran an illegal numbers gambling operation out of Ford plants in the Detroit area and was being investigated for tax evasion and financial crimes. But as the investigation deepened, it uncovered a secret pipeline of money flowing from Martin straight into the pockets of Michigan players, including Webber. That's when things took a turn. Webber ended up being charged for lying to a grand jury about the money he took from Martin. And it wasn't just a one-time thing. Webber later admitted he had been accepting money from Ed Martin as far back as 8th grade. That's right. Before he even became a high school basketball star, the money had already started coming in. And when Webber turned pro, he tried to quietly pay Martin back around $38,000 in cash as a way to clean up the past. But it was too late. Martin died of a heart attack before he could testify about all the money that exchanged hands, but the damage was already done. Webber pleaded guilty to criminal contempt for lying under oath and was sentenced to pay $100,000 and perform 330 hours of community service. That guilty plea didn't just stain his personal record, it sent shockwaves through the University of Michigan. Because of the scandal, Michigan was forced to take down its Final Four banners from 1992 and 1993, erase Webber's name from the record books, and forfeit their wins. The NCAA ordered the school to completely cut ties with Webber for a full decade, until 2013. It was like Michigan tried to scrub away any trace of him ever being there. Webber later said that decision was hurtful, especially because he felt like he and the other members of the Fab Five gave their hearts to that school. And the drama didn't stop with college basketball. After Webber's plea, the Michigan High School Athletic Association got involved too. They suggested Detroit Country Day, Webber's high school, should give up all the games he played in, including 3 state championships, since he admitted to taking money as early as junior high. But the school pushed back, saying there wasn't any hard proof that he took substantial cash in high school. The MHSAA didn't have the legal authority to force any forfeits, so nothing happened there. But the cloud over Webber's early career only got darker. Even the NBA had something to say. When Webber finally got healthy during the 2003-04 season, he was slapped with an 8-game suspension, 5 games for violating the league's substance abuse policy, and 3 more for lying to the grand jury. It was like the past just wouldn't let him go. The whole ordeal was later highlighted in the ESPN Films documentary, The Fab Five, in 2011. It dove deep into the rise and fall of that iconic group, but Webber didn't want to be a part of it. He refused to take part in the documentary, and Michigan stood firm. No reconciliation unless Webber publicly apologized for the scandal. That 10-year self-imposed ban the school had placed on him and the others? It finally ended in 2013. Still, Webber stayed away until November 3, 2018. That day, football coach Jim Harbaugh invited him back to Michigan as an honorary captain for the game against Penn State. It was his first official return to the university in years, and the crowd welcomed him with open arms. Webber later said the moment gave him goosebumps and brought tears to his eyes. He didn't meet with the basketball team or coaches, but Michigan head coach John Beelen still called it a great step in the right direction. When Juwan Howard, Webber's old Fab Five teammate, took over as head coach in 2019, Webber said he was finally open to reconnecting with the basketball program, but wanted to keep it private. Now, if you thought the Michigan scandal was the only bump in Webber's past, think again. Let's rewind to 1998. That year, Webber found himself in serious legal trouble after getting pulled over for speeding in Prince George's County, Maryland. What started as a simple traffic stop turned into a full-blown arrest. Webber was hit with a long list of charges, second-degree assault, resisting arrest, possession of marijuana, driving under the influence of marijuana, and 5 other traffic violations. He was just trying to get to the practice facility, but the situation quickly spiraled out of control. Eventually, a jury found him not guilty of the major charges. He was acquitted of the assault, resisting arrest, and drug-related offenses. But he still had to pay $560 in fines for the minor traffic violations. Even so, the headlines weren't kind, and the incident added more fuel to the fire already surrounding his name. And that wasn't even the end of it. Later that same year, during an off-season promotional trip to Puerto Rico for Fila sneakers, Weber ran into more trouble. As he was leaving the country, U.S. Customs found marijuana in his bag. Weber paid a $500 fine, but that minor bust had major consequences. Fila, the sneaker company he was representing, dropped him as an endorser almost immediately. That could have been the end of the relationship, but Weber wasn't done fighting. He took Fila to arbitration and ended up being awarded $2.61 million for breach of contract. Even after his basketball career, the legal and financial troubles didn't fully go away. In 2010, after his first restaurant shut down, Weber was hit with a massive lawsuit by the property owner, Promenade. The lawsuit claimed Weber had violated the terms of a 20-year lease signed in 2005 and owed around $3 million in damages, including unpaid rent and money needed to find a new tenant. Another chapter in a long list of battles Weber has faced both on and off the court. Now, how about we talk about his actual basketball career, shall we? It all started in 1993 when Weber was selected first overall in the NBA draft by the Orlando Magic. But in a surprising move, he was immediately traded to the Golden State Warriors for Penny Hardaway and 3 future first-round picks. Weber made an instant impact. In his rookie season, he averaged 17.5 points and 9.1 rebounds per game, earning him Rookie of the Year honors and helping the Warriors make the playoffs. But behind the scenes, things weren't so smooth. He didn't see eye to eye with head coach Don Nelson, especially when Nelson tried to make him a full-time center. Weber hated that role and eventually used a contract escape clause to force his way out after just 1 season. The Warriors had no choice but to trade him to the Washington Bullets. In Washington, Weber was reunited with his college buddy Juwan Howard. He had some incredible moments there, like dropping a 40-point triple-double against his former team. But injuries slowed him down. Still, he bounced back and made his first All-Star team in 1997, while leading the Bullets to their first playoff appearance in nearly a decade. But by 1998, Weber was ready for a fresh start again, and he was traded to the Sacramento Kings. At first, he didn't want to go to Sacramento. The Kings were seen as one of the worst teams in the league. But what happened next was something no one expected. Weber, along with new teammates like Peja Stojakovic, Vlade Divac, and flashy rookie Jason Williams, helped turn the Kings into one of the most exciting teams in the NBA. In his first season, Weber led the league in rebounds and helped take the Kings to the playoffs. Over the next few years, Sacramento became a powerhouse, and Weber became the face of the franchise. He was a multi-time All-Star, MVP candidate, and one of the most skilled big men in the game. The Kings came painfully close to reaching the NBA Finals in 2002, battling the Lakers in a legendary 7-game series that ended with heartbreaking controversy in Game 6 and an overtime loss in Game 7. Weber kept putting up big numbers, but in 2003, disaster struck. He suffered a serious knee injury during a playoff game, which changed everything. Though he made a comeback, he was never quite the same. After a few more playoff runs, he was traded to the Philadelphia 76ers in 2005. In Philly, Weber teamed up with Allen Iverson, but the fit wasn't perfect. He had a solid season, averaging 20 points and 10 rebounds, but the team missed the playoffs. By 2007, his role was shrinking, and he accepted a buyout from the Sixers. He then joined his hometown team, the Detroit Pistons, and helped them reach the Eastern Conference Finals. It was a dream come true in a way, but the finals still remained out of reach. Weber gave it one last shot with a return to Golden State in 2008, but his knee wouldn't hold up. After just 9 games, he retired. Not long after, the Kings honored him by retiring his jersey. It was a fitting tribute for a player who gave that team its most unforgettable years. And that wraps up today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.